Thank you guys for tuning in. I do appreciate it a lot. For those who are new, welcome. For those who are returning, thank you for your return. Let's get into it. The philosophy to become a pro on RuneScape, in my opinion, is a little odd. Let me say, about daily, at least once or twice a day. Somebody, when I'm in the GE doing some fletching or whatever, somebody walks up to me and says, "Yo, nice account, yada yada yada." Some kind of compliment, which I of course appreciate due to the fact that I spend so much time in it. They often ask me relatively the same questions. How did you become this good and this far in the game? And I don't think it has anything to do with what's called RuneScape, in my opinion. Honestly, it's, I think, more of a mindset. I must admit I'm not, rich in real life or anything like that. I'm not a guru. I just love having a passion for this game and just, play it as I see fit. Now, there are certain things that I have acquired over the years by playing RuneScape. And of course, a little bit of real life things about that. One of them is patience. And patience is definitely a virtue. If you want to become, let's say, a Maxscape player or a Zughelm achiever, anything which is a great achievement on this gameplay, I would honestly tell you, have some patience. If it doesn't work out today, try to repeat it the next day, right? Also, what I used to see is it's a mental game and it's a knowledge game. So, sure, along the way, people will help you. But you must not rely on people too much, if that makes sense. Most of the things are achieved by actually logging on and having a plan. If you make a plan a little bit, well, how would I say it? Broad, it's not specifically enough, in my opinion. I like to have the Maxscape. It took me a couple of years to master everything that I had. And of course, I took some breaks to just do some PVM or anything like that to not be burnt out. Burning out is, in my opinion, inevitable if you go at it the wrong way. And what do I mean with the wrong way, right? For me personally, the wrong way will be doing something that I truly don't like. So, for example, hypothetically, if I don't like mining, I am not going to do iron ores speed mining. Sure. It might save me 100 hours to 99, right? Could be. But if I quit along the way and stop playing RuneScape because I thoroughly hate iron mining, that's not smart, in my opinion. So what I always did was monologue mining. The moment that I became, 92 or something like that, I could do amethyst. So I went and did amethyst. I made sure I did all the AFK things. Okay, maybe it took me 200 hours longer than it should have been. I don't know. I have never really looked into how much I played and how much time that, consumed. But at least I could focus on a good Netflix film or a documentary on YouTube or anything like that. Even when I just didn't feel like doing mining and I cook some dinner, I just set it on and it's still half an hour experience that you can not take away, let's say, if you're cooking, right? So once the experience is gained, it's gained. It's all about a mental thing. If you don't like doing a certain thing but you want to achieve it, multitask it. That's honestly one very big thing. I often play at least 4 accounts at once. And all of them except one are AFKing, and one account I do something that I thoroughly enjoy. So I love doing Chambers of Zarek solo. So what I do, all the other accounts AFK, one account Chambers. Since my main focus is on Chamber, and sure, I could say efficient hour played on the other accounts, very bad. But it's still XP. It is still XP, which, of course, requires me over time eventually a 99. Also, I would like to address a couple of other things, let's say, right? One of the other things is, if you have a mental block, let's say, and you don't like to do it. If RuneScape, for example, is your escape code, because there is something happening in real life, right? Try to fix that mistake first, because in my opinion, RuneScape is inevitably the same as real life. Let me clarify that by human behavior, right? Sure, we see another player, a player over here, for example, with a Slayer helm on and things like that. But there is actually a high chance that there is another human being there and not a bot, right? So inevitably you will not get along with certain people in your clan, in your friend list, or whatever, right? So make sure you find either like-minded people or play alone. That's up to you. If you're not ready for certain things, I have a good example, I think. Hypothetically speaking, let's say you can do Inferno Cape before Fire Cape. Let's say, right? I know it is in-game not properly, but keep it easy for me, okay? As an example. If you want to have your Fire Cape and you cannot manage to get your Fire Cape, jump in the Inferno, theoretically speaking, right? Try to do the Inferno. Maybe you'll only last 15 waves. Sure. Try Inferno once again. Maybe you get 20 waves. Try it again. Maybe you get 21. Let's say you get hard stuck on 27, okay, floor-wise, wave-wise, on Inferno. Now you go back to your regular jet, the fight caves. The moment that you enter the fight caves, you have the knowledge, more knowledge required about something more difficult. Even though you didn't complete something difficult or more difficult, still there is more potential there. You might have learned better wave spawns, prayer flicking, anything like that. You can always go back to that easy thing, and then that easy thing becomes more easy than you thought. So if the fire cave is too difficult, try Inferno. It is impossible because you need a fire cave, but once you do that a couple of times, go back at it. So if, for example, the normal gauntlet is too difficult for you, sure, that is very reasonable. It's not an easy boss for most players, broadly speaking, of course. Try to do the corrupted. Sure, you got your ass whooped. I get it. It might be very demotivated because you're doing something way more difficult and it's off-putting. But if you know that you have some determination of actually learning new things, you will require, therefore, a little bit more every time. And then you go back to the regular gauntlet. Trust me, it will be easy. So yeah, that might be a better explanation, of course. Now, the other thing is, you can do multiple things to require knowledge. You can go, for example, in a clan, right? But also in a Discord. If you are not familiar with, let's say, high PVM friends, player killing friends, whatever, like a higher level than you are, there's definitely always a Discord there. If you, for example, now want to do something more efficiently, let's say skilling-wise, you might actually want to do your research before you start. Your research should look something like, in real life hours, how much do I want to spend? Then how much money do I have to spend in game? Am I willing to do something tedious or not? Right? We are going back to the power mining iron, for example. Once you clarify those specific things, you have a better estimate whether you were willing to do something or not. Now the other thing also is, if you're not willing to do it, don't force yourself. Maybe in a month, maybe in 2 months. You just go at it again and you try it out. Maybe you like it then. It's like reading a book. I read multiple times the same book. So basically for example, Harry Potter or whatever, right? When I was a kid, my parents read it to me when I was way young, like, right? Before sleeping time. And when I was an adult, I read it once more, watched the videos, and they're completely different. As if I never experienced it before, even though I experienced like 10 times before. So throughout the years, you will acquire a certain set of skills. Whether the skills are helpful or inevitably maybe your downfall, that is up to you. I cannot make such an assessment, of course. So if you're avoiding something, ask yourself why, right? Like I know, for example, I'm avoiding the Verno like it's the plague. My wrist hurts way too much to play flick for a whole hour. It's just not fun. So yeah, I might just, wait on better gear or something along those lines to make it easier. So I play less, right? Or flick less. But that's a choice that I'm willing to make. And now, let's see. Yeah, honestly, I think that's it for now. I don't really see anything yet. There might be a part 2. I think there definitely will be a part 2. Anyway, thank you guys. I hope this helped. Have a good one. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.